Yeah.
Hey, just don't give it to Chris. Just don't give it to Chris.
Don't give it to Chris? No. Okay. Well, good morning, everyone. It's so great to see so many people here on an early Monday morning. It's looking a little soggy out there today, so it's probably a very perfect day for this announcement that we're having. My name's Eileen Clark. I'm proud to be the Minister of Municipal Relations for the province of Manitoba. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge that we're gathered here today on Treaty 1 territory, on the original land of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Oji-Cree, Dakota, Dene peoples, and the homeland of the Métis Nation. I want to welcome several, I will say, special guests and special friends of mine. Of course, our Premier Heather Stefanson, President Cam Blight with the Association of Manitoba Municipalities, Honourable Doyle Panook, Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure, good friend Mayor Bowman, City of Winnipeg, and Chris Lawrence with the Manitoba Heavy Construction. It's an exciting day in Winnipeg and all across the province. To make this announcement, I made a commitment to the municipal at their conference not too long ago, and when they spoke to myself and the Premier about a lack of funding with all the extra costs that they're facing in the last while, and we know we've had a very inclement weather with excessive snow, and now we have excessive water. So I think it's very timely to have this announcement today. And with that, I would like to invite the Premier forward.
Thank you very much, and good morning, everyone. Sorry for being a little bit late this morning. You can't make this up. We actually hit a pothole this morning, and I spilt my coffee down, but it's all good, and that's the reason why this is so important for all of us to be here today. And I just want to thank Mayor Bowman for being here, as well as Chris Lawrence, as well as President Blight, as well, and my colleagues who have joined us here today. Above average, as Minister Clark said, precipitation as well as colder than average temperatures have had, I think, a significant impact on our roads, and certainly that's what brings us all here today. Manitobans rely on our road systems every day to travel to and from work, drive their children to school, to their activities, and to transport goods throughout our province. Adverse road conditions can delay transportation and result in commuters and businesses facing repair costs due to vehicle damage. And so today I'm pleased to announce our government is providing an additional $15 million to Manitoba's 137 municipalities to support road repair activities, including filling potholes this year. This one-time funding is equivalent to a 5% increase in the annual operating and capital funding municipalities receive through the Strategic Municipal Investment Fund, also known as basket funding. Municipalities can take advantage of this financial support to address challenges they are facing in repairing roads, including accessing repair materials and addressing workforce shortages. We recognize that while potholes are an annual challenge in our province, the extreme cold temperatures this winter, significant precipitation, and repeated freeze-thaw cycles this spring have caused a substantial increase to the number and severity of potholes this year. On top of this, we understand municipalities are facing pressures from inflation and supply chain issues. We are listening and we are acting. Our $15 million investment will help municipalities to address this unprecedented situation. The $15 million in one-time road repair support will be distributed to municipalities on a per capita basis. This funding will be provided in addition to other disaster assistance that municipalities might receive this year due to excessive flooding. As our largest municipality and an important transportation center, the City of Winnipeg will receive approximately $8.9 million through this grant program. Over $1.5 million will go to Manitoba's other cities, and more than $4.6 million will be provided to all other municipalities. Our government is committed to working collaboratively with our municipalities and other key strategic industry partners in our province. I'm pleased to share that Budget 2022 supports our 3-year $1.5 billion commitment to enhance the safety and connectivity of Manitoba's highway network, with more than $578 million earmarked for this year alone. Additionally, Budget 2022 provides $313 million in funding to municipalities to ensure they have the supports that they need in what matters most in their communities. I look forward to continuing to work together in both challenging and good times to build and maintain strong, healthy, and safe communities throughout our province. Thank you so much for all of you for joining us here for this very exciting announcement today. Thank you.
Thank you, Premier. We're proud to be with you here today to announce this. And I overlooked one of our colleagues. He was standing behind one of these gentlemen. The Honourable Kelvin Goertzen is here with us today, as well as executive and members from MPI. We're really happy to have you here. Now I would like to invite Mayor Brian Bowman.
Thank you. Good morning. That is kind of funny on the drive here. You know, on a day like today, it just reminds me, we jokingly and often say weather is federal jurisdiction, but it's up to, often it's up to the province and municipalities to clean up the mess. So it's really a pleasure to be here with you, Premier, Ministers Cam and Chris, and each of you. It's good to join you on Treaty 1, Dakota Nation's territory and traditional homeland of the Métis. As the Premier said, after one of the snowiest winters on record and a freeze-thaw cycle that is finally letting up in May, Winnipeggers are now facing a pothole season like no other. With a forecasted shortfall of over $56 million in the City of Winnipeg budget as a result of pandemic impacts, this really is welcome funding announcement from the province of Manitoba to help with the pothole issues being faced across the province. This funding would build on another historic road construction season in Winnipeg of $164.7 million. So while we have had a season like no other for potholes, it's also going to be a season like no other for construction. And so it's going to be very, very busy. Since 2014, we've really come a long way in repairing Winnipeg's roads. Since that time, we've invested almost $1 billion and renovated approximately 1,033.3 lane kilometers of roads since I came into office. Just to put this in perspective, this is a little more than the flying distance from Winnipeg to Churchill, Manitoba. But we know there's a lot more to do. And right now, of course, the potholes that we are experiencing in Manitoba municipalities, including here in the City of Winnipeg, are pretty significant. Our crews so far have filled just over 46,000 potholes, many more to go. And I want to thank all of those who are working so hard on our streets, which is their workplace. And so I would just ask everyone, please be patient, please be mindful of those that are working on our streets to ensure that we can get to work or to our place of study or recreation and back home as safe as possible. I'd encourage you to utilize the Waze app, which is free. Again, free. I know we like free things. The Waze app is free. If you can use it, it is going to help you navigate through really what will be a record road construction season. I am really looking forward to applying for this roughly $9 million of provincial funds for the benefit of Winnipeg drivers. And I really just want to thank the Premier. I want to thank the province of Manitoba for this additional support. It's welcome news. Thanks. Merci. Immiigwech.
Thank you very much, Mayor Bowman. And now I'd like to invite Cam Blight, the president of the Association of Manitoba Municipalities. I should know that.
Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to today's positive funding announcement alongside Premier Heather Stephenson, Mayor Brian Bowman, Chris Lawrence from the Heavy Construction Association, and Ministers Panook and Minister Clark, and of course Minister Goertzen. My name is Cam Blight and I'm the president for the Association of Manitoba Municipalities and also the reeve of the arm of Portage la Prairie. I would like to first begin by thanking Premier Heather Stephenson and the province of Manitoba for investing $15 million to help support municipal infrastructure repairs. As municipal roads connect local communities and support economic growth, these additional dollars help underscore the importance of long-term predictable funding to properly maintain and protect municipal infrastructure within our communities. This year has been a particularly challenging year for municipalities due to financial losses from the pandemic, inflationary increases, and a 7-year municipal operating basket funding freeze, coupled with a very challenging winter and wet spring. Municipalities are responsible for over 60% of public infrastructure, yet receive less than 10 cents of every tax dollar to build and maintain these important assets. I know firsthand the team effort that is required from everyone in a municipality to keep infrastructure maintained. Local leaders are helping to fuel economic development across our province. In order to get the job done, municipalities require long-term, predictable funding and partnerships with other orders of government. That is why the AMM has long called on the province of Manitoba to provide municipalities with long-term, predictable funding. Therefore, today's funding announcement is certainly a step in the right direction and will positively help all municipalities across our province. We know that local councils know their communities best and what their priorities are. Allowing municipalities the flexibility to support road improvements and mitigate further infrastructure damage is timelier than ever. Road repairs and reconstruction will be top of mind for all municipalities. It will also help to stimulate economic growth as we look to recover from the pandemic. In closing, we once again thank the province of Manitoba for this much needed and timely announcement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, President Blight. I'd now like to introduce Chris Lawrence, President of the Manitoba Heavy Construction Association.
Thank you very much, and good morning, Premier, Ministers Clark, Goertzen, and Panook, Mayor Bowman, Cam Blight, invited guests, leadership from MPI, ladies and gentlemen. It's hard to argue with any of the comments that were made as part of this announcement, and so I too am very pleased to be here this morning to join with the Premier in her announcement of the additional $15 million over existing budget levels to be allocated on a per capita basis across Manitoba's municipalities to address the critical and extraordinary condition of streets across our province this spring. Our urban and rural road network, together with Manitoba's transportation system, moves people to jobs and products to market. They connect our communities, they welcome tourists, and importantly, they serve as the platform for Manitoba's prolific trade profile, which generates roughly 54% of our GDP. Their condition across our province merits. I listened carefully to the Premier's comments both this morning and have reflected on her government's statements and commitments related to infrastructure, including those most recently made in the April 22 budget speech. Collectively, they leave me hopeful of a bigger conversation yet to come. A bigger conversation regarding the long-term solutions clearly required to help Manitoba and its municipalities maintain infrastructure, including roads at acceptable standards. There is nothing that Manitoba, its municipalities, and Manitobans cannot achieve, as the Premier noted, if we work collectively and collaboratively together. And so I welcome the announcement made this morning and again thank the Premier and her government, and I do look forward to further discussions. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much, Chris. And again, thanks to everyone that came this morning, to the media who were up bright and early to be here for this great announcement of 15 million in road repairs. And I know municipalities are going to be very grateful for any little bit of a boost. They've had a tough winter. We'd like to invite all speakers up for a group photo, and then they will be available for media interviews. Thanks again, and have a great day.